So today we're going to go over some random tips and tricks from the community. Essentially, people have been posting on Reddit, on Discords, all their different little tips and tricks for the game. This is going to be a random assortment, so I'm just going to read through some of them that I've personally tested and felt are super helpful. Again, these are in random, no particular order, so this isn't like a well thought out thing. This is just taking all the tips and tricks and giving them to you now. So if you want tips, if you want tricks, this is where you start. First one, today I discovered you can shoot the legs off an automaton Hulk. This is actually true for most of the bots. Almost every single bot has a weak point of their legs, especially like the rocket devastators. Instead of shooting the rocket pods off them or hitting their glowing face, if you hit their legs, like with an eruptor, you can one-shot most bots by hitting them in the legs. Even the berserkers go down in 1 to 2 shots if you hit their legs. The legs are the weak point. You can even blow the tracks off the tanks if you hit the tracks enough. Ironically, this is also a weak point on a lot of the bugs, either the chargers or some of the big brood warriors. If you take their legs out, they either die or are much less of a threat. On the elimination missions, after you hit your kill goal, the automatons and bugs will cease to spawn. This gives you a chance to go and look for samples in a relaxing environment rather than trying to find them while you're fighting. On PC, you can change your stratagem output keys to arrow keys, not WASD. This allows you to run and key in airstrikes at the same time. This is an absolute must and game changer for PC players who do not use a controller. Also worth noting on this tip, you can go into your settings and you can change it so that the stratagem menu, rather than holding down the key, you can just press the key and it stays open. If you're one of those people who likes to tap instead of hold down, that is an essential setting as well. Spawn rates increase after you complete the main objectives. A lot of people have noticed this and talked about it, and it seems to have been tested and is absolutely true. After you've completed the main mission, the spawn rates will increase by a significant amount. Here's the technical data people are reporting. I have not vetted this, but this is what people are reporting. The spawn rate of enemy patrols increases when players complete more outposts and side objectives. The spawn rate also increases when players destroy more than 50% of the outposts on the map, which multiplies the threshold by 0.85. This means patrols spawn about 17.5% faster, or every 204 seconds instead of 240 seconds. Completing the primary objective is the biggest factor that affects spawn times, multiplying the threshold by 0.275, which means patrols spawn 4 times as often. Note that this does scale and change with difficulty, so your results may vary. I have not tested this one, but people are saying the Quasar Cannon does not actually get affected by planets with lower temperatures. It will affect the visual icon, but your cooldown remains the same. That might be a bug as of now. A surprising amount of people don't know this, but diving while on fire immediately puts the fire out that's on you. That way you could use a stim and recover your health rather than burning to death. You can shoot the stems of Shrieker Hives with the Quasar, EAT, or recoilless rifle and take it out at a distance before they even start to spawn or attack. Note it does take multiple shots to take those down from all those weapons. You can also use the autocannon or the Las 99, but those take way more ammo or time to destroy them compared to the ones previously mentioned. Don't fully heal if you have a little HP knocked off of you. You can use your stim to refill your stamina to double your running range. It can save you in a pinch. This is kind of a large one, but it involves a menu a lot of people don't know about. They say drop your samples at extraction. Now this is great advice if it doesn't get bugged. There is currently a bug where sometimes your samples will fall through the earth and then you can't ever access them. However, you can drop your samples. You can drop your backpack, you can drop your stratagem weapons, and if you hold down reload, you can look at the bullets currently in your gun, and some guns you can even change firing modes, scopes, and other things. These are 2 menus that seem obvious, but again, not everyone knows about them, so check out those menus. Rogue research stations have 1 building to blow up, even though they come in pairs of 3 or 4s. All you have to do is actually destroy the building that has the satellite on top of it. So call in the hell bomb closest to the building with the satellite. None of the other buildings need to be destroyed or matter. The ballistic shield protects your back when it's on your back, which can help you to escape. Now that they fixed the bug with it, that makes it even better. This is kind of a simple tip, but an important one for people to learn, especially new players. Not everything needs to be shot at. You don't have to destroy absolutely everything on the map. If there's a patrol and it's just walking right by you, you don't have to take shots at it. The spear, when it works, is an absolute king. It can destroy bot fabricators from afar. It can destroy stratagem fabricators from afar. It can destroy a ton of extra objectives on the bot missions when it works, which is about 70% of the time. 60% of the time, it works all the time. If you don't have a support weapon or backpack and you see a broken drop pod that looks like it hasn't been opened, if you shoot that or melee it, sometimes there's goodies inside, including support weapons and backpacks. On the SEAF missile mission, where you need to load missiles into the cannon, don't start the terminal until you have all the missiles already ready because it increases enemy spawn rates near you. Now, it is contested if it causes an instant spawn or if it's just because it makes noise that's drawing things to you. So I don't know that it actually confirmed causes an instant spawn. However, you can grab all the missiles and set them down right in front of the objective before activating it, making it much more likely for you to be able to get in and get out before you're noticed and have to fight. If an objective gets too hot, circle back to it if there's time. Most missions that fail are because squads endlessly run in trying to take an objective and lose 5, 6, 10, 20 people when they could just leave and come back when it's cooled down a little bit. If you're hunting bugs, the exosuit can just walk over the smallest of the bugs, so you don't have to waste ammo on them. If you throw your stratagem while you're diving or while you're using a jump pack, it will go even farther. They are momentum based. Stim packs cancel fall damage. We did a map where it was divided down the middle by a mountain wall, except at the very top, when one of us died, we threw the drop pod close to it, we landed on top of the mountain, walked across it. When two of us were up there, we shot each other in the foot so we could use a stim and we long jumped to the other side. It was a long fall down, but we made it. No fall damage, and we were able to successfully split the party and did the objectives and met at the top in the middle. If you look at your minimap at the start of the mission and start pinging randomly until your cursor turns into a square, this means that you found a secondary objective. If you turn your character in the direction of the square, you'll see the secondary objective you found at the top of your screen in light blue, and you'll know what that objective is. For puzzles that require you to target a specific quadrant, such as E4 or C5, the area in which you're supposed to target is shown in the right-hand side of the terminal. This one seems obvious, but again, if you're new, you didn't know that, that is where you look to find that information. If you crouch when you're opening pods at the gold lights, you don't do the salute animation, which will save you a few seconds. I believe this is probably a glitch and not intended. The Eruptor can do significant damage to bile spewers if you hit the knee joint behind their hind leg or in their mouth while they're barfing. This one was bugged for a long while, so a lot of people don't know about it, but it actually works now. When you join a mission mid-game, there's a tab you can view on the operation details so you can know what loadout you need, so you can know what mission you're going into ahead of time. Again, this has not worked for the longest time, but it's working now, so use it. This one, again, is fairly well known, but some people don't know it and it causes issues. So samples, medals, anything like that is shared between all Helldivers, so you don't have to be the one to collect it to actually get it at the end of the mission. So stop shooting each other to steal samples, you will all get them. Just like with the spawners that can be shot from a distance with multiple weapons, the illegal broadcast towers can also be destroyed at a distance with things like the Eruptor, the autocannon, the laser rifle, EATs. Did you know you can preload in commands? For example, if you can call in extraction, you happen to be walking by there, don't call in the extraction all the way, but if you put in all but one digit, it will stay on there, so the next person only has to click one digit in order to activate the extraction. Kinda niche, but useful. Don't fire your enemies from behind your teammates, start firing at a 90-degree angle. Successfully trapping enemies in a crossfire is way more effective than unnecessary team kills, especially if you run the laser dog. Hell pods are extra stratagems. Did you know that when you call down a hell pod, it can destroy things such as fabricators, hulks, even bile titans if you hit them in the right area, so use your allies. One-handed weapons can be fired while sprinting behind you. So if you have a one-handed like knight or you're using your sidearm, you can be running away full speed, turn the camera behind you, and take shots at enemies while running full speed. At the point of interest on your minimap, if it still shows as a diamond, that most likely means that there are still samples there for you to collect, so make sure you go back and grab them. On certain missions, especially like the new defense mission, if you're using the Kazar cannon, you can actually call down a second one once it's off cooldown and juggle between them. Fire one, grab the other one, the cooldown's down, fire that one. By the time you grab the other one, the cooldown will be off of that one, creating an endless fire of Kazar cannons. On elimination missions, the bigger enemies are actually worth more, so you'll see the bot can't go up higher if you kill the larger enemies. I have not tested this one, it's very interesting, I want to test this one. When you're out of stamina, go prone quickly, you regenerate stamina 2 times faster while prone. Alright, there's 10 minutes of community given tips and tricks. I know I didn't cover them all because there's way more tips and tricks that you're able to experience in this game. If I didn't drop your favorite tip or trick, leave it in the comments down below so that other people can learn it. Thank you for your time. Have a blessed day.